We just chit-chatting right now, just trying to get used to making videos and having
Yeah.
a conversation and talk about. Kathy was telling me some things about, what was that you said? You,
Well, it's happened back in, I guess it was 92. She was born in 91. So, and I was working at the post office. You know, letter carrier. And Sundays we off. So I woke up Sunday morning and I was just so sick. I never been felt like that. Just sick, sick, sick.
when nothing hurt.
No, I wasn't hurt. Just sick of the, like nauseated and stuff. You know, I'm
Um,
not that kind of feeling. And so I just wondered to myself, what can I take to make me feel better? And something says there's nothing on this earth gonna make you feel any better.
so that's that voice, the same voice, telling you about the shoes. Said that to you.
Well, yeah, yeah. It was just
You instinctively knew this.
so yeah. And so I had a medical book that I had gotten when my husband was in Germany. He ordered a lot of different books, encyclopedias and all that. So I opened
Mhm.
it. The first page I opened it to is just that's what it was, what I had. And I read, and sure enough, all the symptoms were there. So I said, oh, I didn't really know what they meant. But so next day, I went to the doctor, and he told me that's what it was. And so I asked him what could I he give me. He said it was nothing.
Nothing on this earth to make you
Mm-mm.
feel better.
He said this is it'll take time.
Time to heal.
Yeah, but he would always want me to come back only twice a week, and he wanted me to draw a 5-pointed star for him every time.
Speak a little louder. So.
He wanted me to draw a 5-pointed star. I had to
Oh,
do that every time
every time you
I went
came
to the
in.
doctor. Yeah. So,
Oh,
and after a while, I stayed off work about 2 months before I got better.
2 months.
Yeah, and what I think helped was me sitting in the sun. It was like January when that happened. In February, March, it was still kind of cold. So I used to go out there and sit on the lawn chair a couple of hours a day, and gradually, slowly and slowly, I got better. I could eat.
It took a while for you to get better, though.
Yeah, I lost so much weight. And my period had stopped because my body started. I wasn't eating. Because everything I would eat or drink, even water, I had to take sips because I would throw it
You
back up.
throw it up. Wow.
So I didn't have any kind of fat, so my body was burning the
Oh,
fat. I mean, I
you
wasn't
hadn't,
eating.
you wasn't eating it, so you were just getting ready to be emaciated.
Yeah. So the doctor, when I finally started getting better, he said, I didn't think he was gonna make it one while. I said, really?
Really?
Yeah. I was kind of shocked to hear that. But
So with the 5 point star, where you every time you went, you could always do that.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
But it was. I was told what it was, and I didn't know whether I was going to make it through it or not. But I know the only thing that comforted me, I would lay on the sofa, because I had a sofa in my bedroom, and watch I Love Lucy and all that channel every
Oh
night.
really?
Yeah, I just
I
lay there.
love
Yeah, I
Lucy.
Love Lucy. I think Perry Mason and
Oh,
all those old shows that come
old
on now.
shows, yeah.
I do that, and it was just try to eat a little bit, and then
Gatorade. I know you have Gatorade a lot.
yeah, just keep it not just falling apart. But
I know, and was nothing nobody could do to, try to keep you comfortable. That was about it. But lo and behold, one day my sister got better, and I said, "Whoa, she back."
hmm yeah, everything went back to normal.
That's a blessing right there, man.
Yeah.
But some of the things we've been through, what is she doing over there?
I don't know. She acted like she's going, wow,
I know, and she go over
walking
there
around,
and eat something, and
just stuffing
but
it.
she act like she got something to do. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. She'll run back in here like in a rush. It's like, oh. But yeah, we went through, and you just have to keep going through. it's kind of like a storm. You know, it's going to always be a storm somewhere. And here in Texas, we know we getting ready for it to be hot.
Oh,
It's going to be real hot until what, August. So we get
yeah.
ready to
September.
September.
Yeah.
Okay, it's hot here. Ain't nothing nobody can do about it. You just be still. But back in the day, we didn't even have air conditioning. We just had what, the water fan. You'd have
Mm-hmm.
to go out and it had straw on it, but you'd get the water hose and wet them down. And ew, it was rough. But that's all we could do, just ride it out.
Oh, yeah. It was, well, I guess, we were little, so maybe we could stand the heat better
I think so. Because we didn't
than
hear
the older.
about kids have, because we could stay outdoors and play all day.
Mm-hmm.
Make these little mud piles and put the pies and put these little round balls and put these little green berries in them and leave them to get hard. And the next day you go out there and you done made a perfect little ball. I don't know why you can't bring them in the house, but we just had to do something. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
So we were talking about back in the day. We come up during the era when there were faith healers, and I remember this faith healer came to town, and it was a cripple, Anthony Edwards. Remember, he was a crippled kid in the project, lived next door to us, and we had got him all hyped up about this man. If you go see him, he'll be healed. And that night, we all got in the car. We went in their car. 'Cause didn't we ride with them?
I
I
think
think
so.
we
I
to
can't
Memorial
remember.
Auditorium, but they didn't. He couldn't even get in the prayer line. This man didn't even pray for him. So the next day we go back to the project. He wasn't healed. He's still crippled. It was like I'm so disappointed. I know he was disappointed too. But back in those days, the faith healers were really taking their money fast. So it's always a gimmick. Even now, I don't know what the gimmick is now. I guess it's not really a gimmick, is it?
No.
People are woke up, or it's hard to fool people with that kind of bull. But it's still always a sucker. A sucker's born every
Every
minute,
minute or
though.
so.
So P.T. Barnum Bailey Barnum said that a sucker is born every minute, and
I think it's because a lot of people, I guess people don't look for anything within themselves. All the answers they feel like it's outside of them. So when they people giving them solutions to their problem, they take it and they run with it, and then when it doesn't work, they feel like they've been let down. But I think you have to take responsibility for your own action. You can't just believe anything people tell you. You have
it's true.
to test it. I mean, if it don't sound right, then most time it ain't gonna happen. But if it sounds too good to be true, then it is.
It is.
So, but there is some truth in it. But you have to. I don't think no one size fits all when it comes to your relationship with God. Everybody's different. Their relationship with Him is different, and what you want out of life is different from mine. Is different from my sister's, and with your kids and everything else. So I know. I remember when I was younger, I was grown and had all my kids. I just prayed one day. I said, I really wanted to know who God is. You know, when I prayed that. So, and then since then, I think every kind of situation or thing you go through in life is it's a step toward knowing that.
Mm.
It's like you're on an adventure, and my
Oh, okay.
adventure is to
Adventures.
yeah. So it's I don't think God is just one thing or the other. He's all things. So I have to learn from. It's a trusting thing to me. I have a issue with trust.
Really?
Yeah, that's why it's kind of hard for me to make new friends because I just be looking at them upside the head and what they really want. I mean, I always think people have ulterior motives, but then I say to myself, well, maybe I'm like that too. Because what you think of other people, that's what you do yourself.
Yeah, you reflect. You're a reflection of
Yeah,
your own life. That's
yeah.
it. Your
So,
thoughts. You're that reflection.
so I'm gonna have to when I think thoughts like that, and it's just a thought because they come through your head time and maybe every second you thinking, you have to say, well, that's not where I want to go. I'm trying
Yeah,
to get here, and if I think that, it's going to take me there.
take you
So,
there. Yeah, and you don't plant those thoughts.
mm,
All of you can't. You have a weed full
yeah,
of stuff in your head.
you can't act on them. Thoughts come and go. I mean,
They
I think they
do.
land on me, then they'll go to somebody else, and then they just travel. And then some people act on them, and then,
And then if you act on them, you're gonna make. If you start acting on your thoughts and you start doing it, you're gonna make me.
yeah,
It's just you control things. You don't even
yeah,
realize you
you
control
do.
it. If you start acting out, I'm like, what's wrong with her? And then I start acting the same way.
Yeah, it's a, I think they real. I think once I was, thoughts are of the mind and emotions is of the heart.
Oh,
So,
thoughts are of the mind and
yeah,
emotions
of
are
the
heart. That's
heart.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. 'Cause if I start crying, it's coming from the
From my
heart.
heart. Yeah. So you have to. You only thing on this earth you can't control, I think, is your thoughts. You
That you
can choose.
can't or can't.
You can.
Oh, you can.
That's the
Oh,
only thing you have control over.
your
Because
thoughts.
you can stop it or you can entertain it. A lot of people entertain, sit down and entertain. That's their entertainment. They thoughts that
Make
come through
it.
their head. But you
Uh-huh.
can't entertain them, not if they, especially if they interfere with somebody else's life.
Yeah, and since he died, I don't know. I just sometimes I go to a place
Yeah.
and
Man.
it's a place of pain, and I have to I talk out loud to myself, and I'll be getting ready to go there, and something and throw that away, and I'll say, oh, okay,
Yeah.
that's making you sad. Don't do it. And
Yeah.
I'm talking loud to myself, and I have to get up, come on out the bathroom, and pick up a
Look
book
for
or
something. Yeah, do something else.
do something else, and that thought will go away.
It go away. Cause it's like I just had it on
That's how fast they go
my lip.
away, ain't it?
Yeah, you just know it.
Oh God! Hey, y'all stick around when you get older, man.
No, the young people do that
Yeah,
too.
you can write a thought down and go back and read, and you say, "What the hell? Excuse me. What is that? What? Who wrote that? Ain't nobody here but you. You wrote the thought down."
Cause cause 9 times out of 10 they wrong anyway.
Yeah.
What you thinking about ain't gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
It's just and it'll carry you and then carry you to the next thought. It's you feeding it and then it'll jump to something else and you feed it and before you know it you just all out of sorts for nothing.
It don't seem like your mind playing tag team. Here, pass the baton. Here's another thought. Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah, and girl, don't you remember when they did? Ooh, I know
yeah,
why they
and
did it now. Ooh, and you just entertaining. You got popcorn and everything. Your mind is just having balloons and everything over some negative thought.
yeah. That's why you have to know yourself.
Know
Get to know
yourself.
who you are. You know what's gonna trigger you. And when you find yourself doing stuff, you say, oh, that's because I'm thinking this way. And then you can kind of control your thoughts. You can't. They gonna come. I don't know sometimes where they come from. They just come.
They
They
just
just
come.
come at you, and then you just have to be wondering where did they come from.
But where do they come from?
I think they just out in the ether. I think they just out there, and then
Because if sometimes I say, well, let me turn the TV off. I ain't gonna have nothing. I can be sitting here and just quiet. And then I hear the boy next door be doing something. I said, well, he gonna be shooting in a minute. and the boy like to be in there asleep. They be like, oh, and then the trucks be going out there. I was who the truck gonna come across the freeway and come
yeah.
in my house.
Girl, I remember we were little. Back then airplanes flew low.
So did.
Every time
Oh.
one would fly over, I said, "Oh, it's gonna fall on our house," and I'd be scared. It's gonna land. They flew a lot lower than
I
they
sure
do now.
did. Because they couldn't get the altitude like they get.
Them
The
things.
plane be what 21,000 feet in the air. I mean, we
Yeah.
could barely get up to 5,000 back then. You see people in the plane waving at you. Oh
Yeah,
Lord, it was man. We
but
got the ancient.
well,
We didn't know the right brothers, so
you,
we ain't that old.
no, you born. I'm born in 1952,
What was I old? I'm born 54. Yeah.
54.
Oh God.
Yeah, don't you hate it when you on your phone or whatever they want you to put the year in?
Punch that
Yeah,
in.
you got
Yeah.
to scroll down
All
and
the
back.
way
I said,
down.
"Ooh."
I said, God, when am I gonna get to 1954? Damn. That makes me mad too. And I said, oh Lord. They're like everybody born in 1980. Other year, they even take 2000. I said, y'all got to go way back in the
Yeah.
1950s. Oh
Uh-huh.
God. I guess they know we gonna quit scrolling after a while.
You're gonna have to.
Oh Lord. But we talk about how many changes we've seen. Because I remember we were there when they first come out with the little transistor radios. You know, that was,
Mm-hmm.
ooh, look at that. That radio,
Yeah.
transistor.
And
And it
that
had
TI,
number AM, was it AM? You didn't have
mm,
FM.
the TI made
Yeah, TI made those things. And then they come out with the little
a
calculators.
calculator. Yeah.
Oh, God, look at the world. And the preacher be preaching about the mark of the beast, all of this new fandangle. And you say, wow, we need it, you know.
Yeah.
Some of these people turn over their grave if they knew.
I don't know what happened. 'Cause my mama, when she died, I think it was 71. Mama,
1971, yeah.
we didn't have microwaves then,
Mm-mm.
and what
No
else?
microwave,
Cell
no
phones
cell
and
phone.
a lot of stuff that is out now. 'Cause I remember what my grandson, his mother was talking
Ugh,
about
shoot.
something. She said station wagon. He said, "What's a station wagon?"
They don't know what a station wagon is.
uh-uh.
Oh
It took a
God,
minute.
what do they call it now? SUV?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, they don't make station wagon no more, do they?
Mm-mm. Not, no,
Are you cold?
no,
I just had
just.
a quick chill. Yeah, he said, "What's the station wagon?" Oh Lord,
And I had to think. I guess yeah, he born in 2001
and they just telling us what to
or
do, like for
2000.
real.
Yeah.
2001.
So all that they born. I guess that's why technology comes easy for them because they don't have to remember what it was like. That's why it's
Stop.
so hard for older
Yeah.
people. Because I be saying, oh, you
What
know,
is this?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, telephone book. They don't have a telephone
Yeah,
book.
we just couldn't live without a telephone
The
book. Yeah,
yellow
they just
page and the
yellow
white page.
pages. They don't even know what a yellow page is.
Everybody, and they send you one every year,
Yeah,
every
and
two
you
years or
say,
something.
hand me that phone book. And they were saying, what? What's a phone book?
I know it. And you had pay phones. Then they
Yeah,
on the corner,
on the corner. You have to always keep your dime or either a quarter
quarter.
in your pockets because you run into hard times. You go put that dime in there.
Yeah, and call somebody.
Call
Especially
somebody.
back when you had to know people's number. Or you can call it. You could call information.
Yeah, we have 411. They don't even
Yeah.
have 411 now. Wow, the age of information. It's like, wow,
It's come so fast
it
now.
did.
And
Because
now you don't have to have waste paper like that. Because that was a waste of paper.
sure was.
And
We have to have the telephone book.
so I think technology it's not bad. It's just how we use it.
Oh, yeah, how we use it. You got
Yeah,
that
that's
point.
anything, any kind of weapon or whatever. You can have a hoe as a tool
Or you
for
can chop
good,
somebody's
or it could
finger
be a
off with it.
weapon. So
Yeah,
yeah,
what?
so it comes back to the person, what kind of person you are. Either a lot of people don't realize they have a choice. They make choices of what kind of life they were gonna have,
Oh, yeah, it's a choice. Yeah,
and they,
freedom of choice.
yeah, and they everything that's happened, they want to blame on somebody else. This is how I grew up, but you don't have to always uh, look on your life as something that was it may have been hard, abusive, and all that, but you can overcome that. You can overcome anything if that's what you choose to do. But we can
Hmm.
wallow in stuff too. A lot of people like to have burdens, or you know, have this thing on them. But let me tell you, it's a whole lot better life if you lift it, let it go. Don't carry it
Oh,
around
don't
with you.
carry it. Can you put it in your little red wagon and pull it with you?
No, you just need to let it go.
Can we take it
Be
with
like
us?
your son Keith said. I remember saying this. He said, "You, what do you say?
He used to tell me that all the time. You get over it or
Or
die
die
with
with
it
it
on
on
your
your
mind.
mind."
Because I was fussing with him or complaining about something. I don't know what it was. And he said that you need to get over that, mama, or die with it on your mind. And it was so, whatever. It took the wind out of me.
Hmm.
And I said, oh. And
You
I
have to
said,
get over
some things
stuff.
I had to get over.
'Cause
Because
that's
it wasn't going to change.
no, you can't change. It was the past.
Yeah,
You can't go back and
can't change
change the
that.
past. You have to let that stuff
Let that
go
stuff go.
and believe there's a better, a brighter tomorrow. You have
That's it.
something good you can hold on to. Don't hold on to bad,
That
negative
negative
stuff.
stuff.
It makes you negative.
Yeah, you be sick.
And that's where you live your life. If you want good, look for the good. And
Yeah, and then when you being negative, you draw negative stuff
yeah,
to you.
yeah, you draw
You
everything
draw
to
it.
you. What you put in the world, that's what you get
What you
back.
get out. Because sometimes I think about that upholstery shop. In 1974, I worked at the telephone company. I was a 411 operator. And a lot of times you had downtime, and I would take paper, notebook paper, and draw how I wanted my upholstery shop to be. And I don't know why, but and I didn't even know how to do upholstery that well.
Mm-hmm.
But I would draw it out every day. I said, "Oh, and I think I have a sewing machine over here, and this and that." And it got bigger and bigger. I said, "Oh, I'm dreaming big." And lo and behold, that was in 1974. And I started doing upholstery in 1979. I got the shop over there with Bill in 1980. And it just grew and grew and grew. And I say, wow. And then when I look back at it now, I said, I drew that out. It was a thought in my mind. I put it on paper. And when you put it on paper, it becomes real.
Yeah.
And that's what happens. So your dreams, whatever it is you want, put it on paper. Nobody have to know what you're doing. But you got to find joy and hope in the way you move your little rooms around. This is your life and your world,
Yeah.
and make your world
Yeah.
and
People
watch it
don't
unfold.
believe that. I don't consider, take myself, that you can have what you want. We're all creators,
And we are.
and we create through our mind,
Yeah,
and we envision, and we. That's why I said we have to know ourselves. 'Cause a lot of things you think you want, you really don't want. Because with me, I don't. You think of yourself. Because once you get it, I know one time we went to the casino.
the casino,
Yeah, I think it was in the one in Shreveport.
Shreveport,
That was yeah. What is it called? Bossier City.
Bossier City.
And I won. And I was winning, so I got tired of winning. You ever heard something like that? I got tired
We
of
got
winning.
tired. And we were there at about 4 o'clock and the machine's just giving us money. And it's like, oh, I'm kind of tired now. What are we going to do next?
Yeah, you can get everything becomes, you just
Mundane.
yeah, it does. I used to get bored quickly. I'm
Hmm.
bored with that.
Let's do something else.
Yeah, so it's just how you go through life, and because a lot of times you go through life with tinted lenses on, and you're always measuring one thing against another. So
Hmm.
you can't do that because everything is different and have its own merit.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
That's
you
true.
can meet people and you place judgment on how they look or the color of their skin, and not knowing they have a gift for you. But you so busy putting,
Judging them.
yeah, you miss the whole thing.
The gift that and a lot of times they'll leave the gift and you don't never pick it up and
Yeah,
use it. I'm going to throw everything she gave me away.
yeah, you count it as nothing.
Yeah.
But because I used to always say about men and if you got a, because my husband had kids, but he never was really. like I thought he should be with the kids. 'Cause, yeah, because when men have babies, like women have babies, if you put yourself into them, you don't know how much joy they can bring you.
Oh, the men. You speaking to the men.
Yeah, or
Okay.
either anybody that has kids. Could be women. Some mothers don't care about their kids, but you have to take care, and you have to have passion or something, show something, concern, something for your kids, because they can bring you great joy.
They can. And that's what they are. They become the light of your life.
They do. You can't picture life without
Without
them.
them, and you don't miss them until they gone.
Yeah.
We think it's a given they're gonna always be there, but that's not true.
Yeah,
And it's
and
like,
then you
wow,
treat them like they're a burden, but no, they're
no,
a
they ain't no
gift.
bird, they're a gift. Oh
So you
God.
can, nurture them and give them the things you thought you didn't get. But
Oh,
then you can give it to them, and they would, because it's nothing like a smile on your child's face
that's true. That's true.
and know that they happy.
Hmm.
'Cause it's
Yeah,
only
you could give, and when you give, you receive
you
also.
do.
That's how you receive. You still gotta open up your hand
Yeah.
to receive, but make sure you got something in that hand when you open it up. Don't always just be in the receiving
Receiving
mode.
mode.
Yeah, give something
Give, yeah.
sometime.
It's said it's more blessed to give than to
Than to
receive.
receive.
Believe
Yeah.
that.
Because when you give, you still gonna receive something. Yeah, that's a joke on that one. Yeah, give and watch.
Hmm.
You're gonna get something too.
Yeah, and don't be because there's a lot of people panhandling, and I'm gonna put this out. They just gonna buy some drugs,
Yeah, that's
but
what you think.
that's
Uh-huh.
not. Yeah, so I have to stop doing it. If it ain't but $1 or 50 cents or
50
whatever,
cents,
if
yeah.
somebody asks you and you have it, give it.
Yeah, and they
You
be
know,
happy, some of them,
yeah, and
and
don't say what they gonna do because God be asking God for stuff, and if he give it to you, you wonder what you gonna do with it.
yeah, would it be something God said?
Yeah.
She ain't gonna do nothing with that. I ain't giving it to her. God treated us the way
Say
we
we
treat
treat,
other people.
yeah.
And that's something I never thought about that way. I
So,
remember one time it was a lady sitting on right in the Y on the industrial before you get on 35, kind of dangerous little Y. But I was getting up there and I was getting ready to do my thing. It was the weekend. I had already fixed up my money. I'm gonna get this to my dealer. I'm gonna get this. I got to that spot and the same voice. You see that woman up there? You pull over and give her that money. I said, well, this $40 is for me. And it didn't say nothing else. I said, okay. I pulled over, got out of the car, went up there and get that woman that $40. And I said, ain't none of my business what she gonna do. But she had a baby and the baby pampers was dirty, whatever. And she looked at the money and tears started coming out the woman's eyes. I said, but you don't realize I might have saved my life
yeah,
instead of going to getting the drugs from my dealer. Because my dealer ended up getting kilos. So
yeah,
who knows? I
yeah.
might have saved my own life. So is what just is more blessed to
Yeah.
give than to receive. So just always be willing to open up your
Yeah,
heart
because,
and your mind.
a lot of times we think, we pray and then we think, who was a old friend of mine was talking about, she was saying that when she was young, I guess she just got out of high school, and she backed out of the driveway and she hit the car because I guess, they blocked the driveway and she hit it. And she said, some told her, just go on, they ain't gonna read it. And
Mhm.
she said, no, because another scripture came to about how out of I can't remember what it was, but if you just trust God, he'll bring it out. Make it let it turn out all right.
Mhm.
So she knocked on the lady's door across the street, and she told him that she hit a car, and she said it got real quiet. It was that lady and two other ladies in the house, and she said, the lady said, okay, well, let me come out here and see. And so she did. She said, well, no, you didn't do that. And my friend said, yes, she was just begging the lady, telling her, yeah, I
I
did
just
hit
hit
it.
your car,
Yeah, she
yeah.
did. Well, she did, but it wasn't big as made the dent it made. Some lady finally told me, no, that dent was been there. I already got an insurance claim on it. I just spent the money. I didn't get the dent fixed. So I go I was saying that to say this. We do stuff and then don't know how the outcome gonna be. But if we do the right thing,
Oh, like the movie Do the Right
yeah,
Thing, regardless.
yeah,
Yeah.
regardless if you're gonna get by with it or not, it ain't about getting by. It's being honest with yourself, because you're the one that got to be dealing with you 24/7.
Yeah, because you're going to be with yourself
Yeah,
when everybody else gone.
yeah. So you always got to be on point. If
Wow. On
nobody
point.
else is, I have to be.
Yeah.
'Cause,
In your sleep. When you
yeah,
wake up, you still got to be on point.
yeah. You say do the right thing, and you wouldn't imagine how better your life would be. You be more at peace. You won't worry so much.
She was really worried,
Yes, you
huh?
would.
And the woman had already been paid for that same hit,
Yeah.
that dinner in the car.
Because if
Ain't
she
that
hadn't
something?
went and told her, then she'd been feeling guilty about that to this day.
And some people don't have a conscience about it because they feel like, ooh, I got
Got
away with
away with it,
it.
yeah.
God, dog, I got away. But now you getting by, but you ain't getting
Got away
away.
because it's embedded
Yeah, it's coming back.
in
And
your
somebody
mind.
don't, I still believe in karma,
Yeah.
good or bad. If you reap it, they used to plant, what's her name, Sister Even, she used to preach all the time. If you plant it, it's sure gonna grow. So be careful what you plant.
Yeah, you have to be careful because
You have to.
it's gonna grow. By the time you say, "Oh, I said that, and that's what happened," that's why he did this and that. You just never know. If you ain't,
Okay. A lot of people think somebody doing a spell or voodoo. No, it ain't voodoo. It's called karma. That
yeah,
comes around, baby.
because if you plant a lie, that's all it's gonna
Yeah,
ever
you
grow to be, a
planting.
lie,
Yeah,
and then it's gonna
it's a lie. And then next thing you know, you got a garden full of lies,
lie.
and you don't even remember planting.
You know,
And these lies come back and bind. You
no,
said,
they
where did
do.
that come from? No, you did that. Remember, you planted it. So we got to be so careful.
Yeah, about this life, and it's not even. Like I tell you, you just have to do the right thing, and everybody with a half a brain know what the right thing
That's it. I
is.
have a brain. You know
Don't act
what's
like you
right.
don't know. There's no time you whooping your kid. They already know when you get to bed. Why they? You
Yeah,
ain't
what
got
they
to
done
tell them.
did.
Yeah, because they're told not to do it, and you do it
You
anyway.
did it.
Well, see, they don't whoop kids like they do. Used to.
Because they intervene with that. You can't. Yeah, I don't know how you supposed to make a kid mind. Then that's when you can't. I don't know how. I guess the kids don't mind no more. That's why they talk to their parents like they.
They do like they. I don't know, like they stepchild or something. Like
Yeah,
they can, they running stuff.
yeah.
I
My
let them.
kids, they had treat me like I'm God. Because as far as I'm concerned, I am God. I'm feeding you. I'm making you. You got clothes. I'm God till you meet your God. So you got to do what I say. Ain't nothing else to it. Don't even ask why.
We can ask
We
why.
didn't ask why.
Let's do it.
And you be glad when they leave, and then when they coming back home. Remember, if we hadn't cleaned up, we started putting the dishes in the oven and everything else. You ain't washing damn dish.
Like they're not gonna find it.
Yeah,
You
just how you
stupid.
hide. It was silly to hide dishes in the oven or in the ice box. Oh God. Oh God. What are we coming up? 33 minutes. Me and Kathy. Next time we come, we gonna really be sewing our hinds off, okay?
Yeah,
But we
'cause
do
we just
have
talking.
yeah, me and Kathy have some nice conversations and we just laugh about stuff.
Yeah,
And
stuff that was, just too funny.
it is so good because, unless we die together, one is going to be left and the other taken. And it's going to be a sad day when I don't have her around to talk if she don't have
Same.
me
Yeah.
around. So you have got to, oh my God. Remember the time we was in the plane? I'm getting teary-eyed. We were going to Ohio. And that's the first time we flew together. And I said, oh, Kathy, if I died in this plane, it would be good if we died together. And I said, because I don't want to live in this world without you. So, but thank God we didn't crash that day. But
Well,
man,
I always said if you went first, I went first, the other one would be right behind me.
yeah, man,
I don't know how that happens because we could seem like we go through the same
same thing.
thing at the same time,
And we
except for some things, but just emotional
emotionally, yeah, it's like because what we
things.
18 months apart. It's
Yeah,
like
we
man,
just like It was always Mary and Catherine,
Yeah,
Catherine and
Kathy
Mary.
and Mary. It
It
was
was always,
always
if you
that.
said one name, you had to say the other because
They
we
were
were together.
together, almost
Mm-hmm.
like twins. You know, Mama used to dress us alike.
Yeah,
So, man, I can't.
yeah,
You can't. I mean,
yeah.
that's the bond.
Yeah, yeah.
Cause I mean, we go way long back. many
Yeah,
many days we didn't have food to eat, but and I'm telling the story from my perspective, but they probably think this is just gross. But there was some days I was so hungry. I sit in the seat, hadn't eaten when you left home, ain't nothing to eat when you go back
yeah,
home. But I'm feeling under the seat in school from South Chewing. If I could just put that in my mouth,
yeah.
about to pass out. So we went through it, and we on the brighter side of it now.
Oh yeah, like I said, and when you look back, for me, that was the best time of my life.
It was,
Although we went through that, didn't have food all the time. It had that period of being hungry.
but we didn't cry back then. And here I'm crying because I'm thinking about it. It hurts more now
Yeah,
than
just
what
because
it
you had
hurt
to go
back
through
then.
that. But it was, we still had those times were good to me.
Make you a mustard sandwich.
Oh yeah, we used to make sugar syrup with
Sugar syrup. Oh
water
my
and sugar
God.
in the pot and
And
stuff.
make a syrup sandwich.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know nothing about this. You be happy you had the a little end on the bread, you know.
Yeah.
Some people don't eat that. You just be glad you got that end and put you some syrup, and you ain't got no butter. So you make you a syrup sandwich.
Yeah, that's why I think that's why we when people go through, especially when you're young, go through a hard time, it kind of like I said, if it doesn't kill you, it makes you
Make you
stronger,
stronger.
and it makes you
Make you
strong. And
stronger.
know that your lights get all cut off, they'll be back on. You ain't
They
gonna
will.
die.
No, you don't kill yourself
You
off
put
your
the
lights
lights
off.
off, or everything else that get cut off
And you
because you
don't
live through it and it make a better.
person.
Yeah, and it just
And then for the mothers, your husband done left you and you got all these kids, you remember to always keep you some potatoes and some onions and some syrup. You cut them potatoes and fry them,
right.
and your children be just as happy.
Yeah,
So and quit going and buying all these fancy cereals and chicken pox or cocoa puffs or
hmm
whatever. But buy the right thing and cook a meal so it'll last.
yeah.
Cause we might have some more difficult days coming, but
You never know.
yeah,
But you got to learn that you'll make it through,
you'll make it through
and
it.
don't get all hysterical
Yeah,
because you don't have this or you don't have that. I mean, people. I think it's true. They have a sense of entitlement. You're not entitled to nothing.
no,
It's just people got you thinking you because they give it to you, but it could come a time when we like people over in
the third world country.
yeah, and going through war, and they bomb and
Oh,
stuff.
bombing stuff.
Cause and you watch your kids starve to death. Huh? And there's no help is coming from anywhere.
Nowhere. We don't even see God nowhere.
Yeah. So you just never know what you're gonna. But this pandemic, I've never been through this. I've been here 6 8 years, and this is totally new.
Very new.
So, but you can panic because it's day in and day out. It's the same thing. It's the same
The
thing.
people dying.
Yeah, and you don't know what to do. They say do this, do that. What you wash your hands and wear the mask and try to stay in. And but like some people did, but they still
They
got it
still got it.
and died.
And here we are, we still here, but the pandemic is still
Still,
out there.
yeah.
It's still there. So
And so I'm saying this to you: if they got a vaccine for it, take it.
yeah, take the vaccine.
It ain't gonna kill you
Mm-mm.
because we've been taking vaccines all our life.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people are against the vaccines, but and we've been getting shots. I get the flu shot. I went and got the shingles shot. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you
guess
get
yeah,
them.
people don't believe in the science. They don't believe the
I don't
scientists. But if you start hurting enough, you go into the scientist hospital,
know.
and the scientists might have to do mouth to mouth or whatever. Call 911. That's the scientists.
Yeah.
You calling them. So go get your shot. Go get your vaccination.
Mhm.
It's okay. It ain't gonna hurt nobody.
No. Uh-uh. 'Cause you'd hate to be the one that didn't get one and then end up in the hospital on a respirator.
Gasping for air. And they said
Cause you,
that ain't no fun.
yeah, go on and get it
Yeah,
for your
man.
own self, and if nobody else for yourself.
Yeah, for yourself. And ain't nobody finna turn into those zombies.
I mean,
We
that's
finna, if you out there smoking that flocka and bath salt, you probably gonna turn into a zombie.
yeah,
But
that's what it is.
that's what that is. But you ain't finna turn no zombie. But I enjoyed this talk, and we just next time, well, and you never know when my sister gonna go on a tangent like this. But honey,
Oh, did I go to town?
I did. I started crying,
Oh,
but I can't get because I'm a crybaby.
yeah, you are.
I'm a big crybaby.
I don't think it's too much stuff to make me cry.
I cry. I cry hard. I've always been like that, and it hurts.
Yeah,
It does, and the water just tears just flow. I'm not boo-hooing, but it just
yeah.
started coming
Sometimes it'll
out.
come out. Yeah, I
And
don't know.
Mama was like that, and
Mhm.
she would swear, "Oh, it's allergy season." Her face be just as red. And then I looked. I said, "But why is the water just pouring out of her house?" And Mama was crying. She wouldn't boo-hoo or nothing, but the
And
tears
cry,
would just
yeah,
come.
because women cry, we bleed and cry.
Yeah, because nobody, the
Mhm.
man ain't gonna bleed. He ain't gonna cry. So, but anyway, uh, the words that you just heard came from my heart, and we're gonna close and try to load this up.
Hope it works.
'Cause we don't know what we're
We
doing.
doing.
Oh, I took the advice of one of my subscribers, and I still don't know what I'm doing. Okay, bye bye, guys.
Bye.